She's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 love.
Y'all know how I be getting myself together. Now I be ready. Now I be hitting record. And there's a whole bunch of things going on. But yeah. And I'm not going to start over. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for The Quad, Season 2, Episode 3. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday. We'll have a great Wednesday. If you have not done so, typically, most people who watch my videos, I just assume they've watched me before, so I always like to say this. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. You just hit the little subscribe button because you like my videos and I'm entertaining and I'm funny, you like me, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, go ahead and subscribe. There's also a notification button next to the subscribe button. When you hit that, that just lets you know when I have a new video up. So you don't have to wonder, did she review The Quad? Did she review Little Women Atlanta? Did she review Black King Crew? It'll let you know up front. So yeah, just want to throw that out there. This season of The Quad is only episode 3. You know I don't like not liking shows. I'm kind of bored with The Quad, and I don't know why I'm bored with The Quad. It just doesn't have something that I felt like it had last season. But I'm going to continue to watch it. I'm going to continue to review it. It could be because it comes on Tuesdays, and on Tuesdays there's other stuff that come on that I want to watch, and I'll be too busy. And I gotta be just taking that out on the Quad. But it's something about this show that I'm like the whole thing with Terrence's family getting a payout. We were talking about that last week as well. I don't understand why they're having to pay them money when their son committed suicide after raping people. It's just certain stuff about the episode, the show that I don't get. And that could be the reason why. But let's get into this review. So, the beginning was showing like a whole we in the army, we at war, and Eva using books as bullets and bombs to get past people blocking the kids from getting into the school. Okay, I get the whole, I get it. We then see Eva meeting with, a Student Government Association, so kids from the school, telling them how, she's aware that their tuition is what keeps the doors open. But hell, the doors barely being open because y'all out of money. And, she's telling them how they have been thinking about selling one of the properties, one of the buildings on the property to kind of help things financially. And then the building she suggests, they're like, we can't sell that building. That's the oldest building. That building was named after a founder. And she's like, yeah, but we don't use the building for one, and it's uninhabitable. We can't even go into it. And she was like, so we would have the option to sell it, but a part of the option would also be that we would have the choice to buy it back before they demolish it or rebuild it or do anything to it. And the students are kind of open to that idea, saying, that would be a good way for them to even considering selling it or whatever. But I feel I'm torn about this because, and then like they'll think about it. I'm torn solely because I feel the same way Madison felt last week when she said, to what extent do we let the college suffer just to say we don't want to do A, B, and C? Like, do we go as far as to say, let's not sell a building that we're not even using, and by keeping that building, we lose the whole school? Let's not join the state association, because if we join the state association, it could make them take, make them say that they invented or made things great here, basically. But if we don't, the fucking school closes. So I'm torn between why are y'all allowing the school to be closed just to say we didn't sell out. We was a black-owned thing until the end of time. I mean, sometimes you do have to sacrifice a little bit to keep something great, and you try to figure out how to keep it as authentically HBCU as possible without letting it close. And that's, my part where I'm torn at. Anywho, my battery paused. I had to go find my dang on charger. So yeah, okay, sorry about that. Next thing that we see Bryce, and Bryce, who is Cedric's roommate, is coming back to the room or whatever. Now he see a sock on the door. We know you have your roommate has. Well, I don't, because I never had a roommate, but I know in college life, when someone puts a sock on the door or whatever on the door, it means somebody getting busy, and you could clearly hear someone getting busy on the inside. But do you think that he cared about that? Nope. He just went right on in the door. And then they was like, man, what the hell? So Cedric and Brown was in there doing some things or whatever. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We weren't trying to be disrespectful to your room. And he's like, y'all need to open the window. It smell like ass in locker room. I'm looking like, so you just basically told her that her ass stank. I'm looking like, you ain't got to be so mean. You ain't see what you're so mad for, Bryce. And he like, man, what's up with you? You're like, man, whatever. So Bryce leave back out. So when Bryce leave out, Brian will end up leaving too, because she's like, I ain't got time for this because you not got class in the hour anyway. So then she leave. I'm looking like, girl, whatever. So then later on in the episode, we see Bryce is pledging. I don't know why they're trying to make it seem as if they don't know why he in a mood. He's pledging and he going through things or whatever. Because seeing that we see him come back, well, he's in the room by himself this time. And he's taking his shirt off, and his back is all bruised up. And then Cedric walk in and see the bruise, like, man, what the fuck, what's going on? Like, man, I told you stay out my bed. Like, man, look, why you got these bruises on you, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. I told you stay out my business. And then he leaves or whatever. I'm talking about what happens a little bit later. But, so he leaves and it is what it is. The next thing we see Noni. Now Noni asked at the other school. She's at the school or with the other band, Clive, who Cecil don't like, and she ends up running into Derek, and Derek like, hey, he called her a cab or a crab or a scab. He called her something, and she's like, what, whatever, and she was like, yeah. Ebony's back, despite what y'all did to her or whatever. And then he like, yeah, well, I'm back too. But you ain't back to the regular school. You not back to GAM. You at this other person's school. And, she's like, well, yeah, well, whatever. And he kind of brings up how he heard she got booted. And then, she said, you got what you deserves. And he said, well, it looked like we both did. You didn't think I didn't hear about your public thing of getting kicked out the band. So I'm like, well, whatever. And it's hard because he did literally physically attack another student and physically hurt that girl. That girl damn near died. I don't get how they're not addressing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me about that, but whatever. And so I think it's funny when I scratch my head and my ponytail shakes. So we then see Clive walk up, whatever. She's talking to Clive. Now she's saying to him, hey, we had a deal, Professor, his music for a spot on your band. I got the music, what's up. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, what? And then as he walk away, his phone rang. So then he stopped, answered his phone. We see that she's calling his phone. This girl is cloning this man's phone. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? So he then walk away, and then she walk away too. It is what it is. The next thing we see Petaway comes off the evil for a little bit and wondering why she was talking to students about the school's financial difficulties and bringing up monies and all that stuff. And she like, look, the students' tuition is what keeps the doors open. We have to treat them with some respect. And then he's saying, well, if we're gonna set the school off piece by piece, we might as well just join, the state system. And then she's like, well, no, that's not what we're gonna do. And he was like, sometimes, you can just admit that you're wrong. I don't really care. So we then see Eugene, the coach, and he getting a visit for some thugs. I'm surprised because Coach Eugene just seems like such a stand-up guy who wouldn't be involved with these ragamuffin thugs or whatever. Ragamuffin thugs, Lord Jesus. And the guy like, yeah, he like, look, I told you I needed 30 days. He like, yeah, but the amount ain't 15 no more. Now it's 20. He like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, it's 20, and on day 31, we gonna come visit your kids. I'm like, you gonna come to this man's job and threaten his children? Bruh. But I'm like, but damn, what did Eugene into that he owe somebody 15 grand? What is you doing, Eugene? You seem like such a stand-up guy. What the fuck was going on? And then when the dude said on day 31, he gonna come up to the kids, Eugene, like, don't you, if you ever threaten my children, if you lay a hand on my children, I'm gonna kill you or die trying. Okay, 50 Cent. You gonna do something to die trying? But I'm like, hey, that's what a real father does. And he like, I ain't backing down. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Get up out my face, homie. And then, we see the people leave or whatever. We then see Eugene go to the mama house getting his kids. I'm like, okay, he getting his kids because he don't want the people getting to them. He trying to get them to a safe place. But also we then figure out that people wasn't after him for his debt. He paying off her goddamn debt because she's a damn gambling addict. I'm like, Eugene is a stand-up guy, so he's pissed. He put his kids in the car, his two daughters. He like, they came to my job. They threatened the girls because of your goddamn on thing. And she's like, man, look, I'm just so sorry. I didn't know that. He like, why? It went from 15 to 20. What is you doing? I had a good hand. I was going to win all this money. I'm like, okay, she's a gambler, and she's in debt, and he paying the stuff off. And then she's like, you can't just come and take the kids away. He was like, look, don't you let them see you act no fool. You know what I'm saying? You did this, we out. And he basically leave her there. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's like, can she not pay her own debt? But I guess as a man, you don't want your kid's mama being beaten up and murdered either. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, Noni called the man, cloned the man's phone so that she can hack his email. So I'm like, okay, so Noni is a goddamn saxophone player, a phone hacker, and a goddamn lumberjack too. I mean, she is a damn jack of all trades. So she on her computer hacking away. Brown walking like, girl, you been at that computer all day for like 12 hours, and she hacking away. Oh my God. They tracing where I'm coming from. You think? And then she trying to hurry up and download all this stuff before it traces where she is. She gets it to 100%, and they're like, well, you got to use a magnet to mess up the hard drive. She can't find the damn magnet. She then pulls out a hammer, lumberjack, and basically breaks up her laptop. But I'm like, if you break a laptop, I don't know if that stops people from finding you, because you didn't mess up the hard drive. Because if someone gets the laptop, they can still probably recover what's on it. But I don't care. But she's too... I don't care. We then see... This is why I don't even know if I like this damn show. Because all these weird things, I'm like, what? Are any of these kids in class? No? Okay. We see Bojan. Bojan, for one, is the weirdest name ever in life, but whatever. We see how Dean Pettyway's nephew, or his nephew, is like a big-time high school football person who could be coming to that college. And Bojan don't like it because he would take his spot as quarterback. And, Dean Pettyway, they all sitting there talking or whatever, and they say like, oh yeah, he's going to be coming here next. He going to be the star quarterback, whatever. Bojan don't like it. He does go talk to Coach Eugene, and Eugene like, man, that's just Pettyway. They say that every year. You're not gonna really go here. That's just hype. Don't worry about it. You a leader. You helped us win this championship. You A, B, C, and D of the team. You my quarterback. For some reason, I don't trust what he's saying all the way. I think he knows it's a good possibility that this other person may really come to the school, but he telling Bojan what he need to hear just to kind of make him feel better. But I'm like, okay. We see Bryce, who's pledging, and it's him and his line brothers, with the fraternity people, and they like repeating either names of their Greek fraternity or people who are in the fraternity or whatever, and the dude mess up. Your brother messed up. If one mess up, everyone messes up. And they then start paddling Bryce. Okay. We see Cedric looking in the window. How he found the house and the right window to look into, I'm not gonna say that was it was what it was. But he look and who leaves the window blinds open when you paddling people and you are a secret society. When it's a secret society, and all you have to trust, the goddamn shades are drawn. Okay, they're not open. And so Bryce sees Cedric in the window, and Bryce is like doing this with his head, like to say, "Get out of here." Bryce should have just stood the fuck still, because as he doing this, the Lion brothers see him, and they're like, "What the fuck is he doing?" They look at the window, they see someone outside. They go outside, they see Cedric, like, "What you doing here, man? What you?" They're like, "Man, I'm just walking through." You know what I'm saying? "I'm just walking through." They're like, "Nah, I mean, you all in the window, da da da." This fool Cedric say, "If y'all ain't want to mind y'all business, why y'all got the why y'all had the shades closed?" That's very fucking true. They bring Bryce out, like, "You know him? Y'all know each other?" He's like, "Nah, man, I don't know that man. I was just walking through. I was just looking at whatever. Nah, y'all eyeballing each other. Y'all know each other." And they're like, "Bryce, you know him?" He's like, "No, I don't know him." First of all, y'all roommates, so it ain't gonna be hard for any of them to figure out that y'all know each other. That's thing one. Thing two, again, if I'm looking through the window and it's open, that ain't my fault. Yeah, it is what it is. But whatever. Um, we see Noni going to see Cecil with this evidence that she got off the hacking that she did. Come to find out, Cecil got her looking for damaging information on Clive. I'm like, you gonna really use this girl for that? But sometimes you're trying to make up for things you did, you do what you have to do. This is 1:30 in the morning. So she brings up how he was using like the school's credit card for personal stuff. How he was also using it to like buy prostitutes and hookers. And honey, Cecil wasn't like, "Oh, that's nothing," because his ass was buying prostitutes last year. Now I don't know if he was using company money, but he was showing up to with the prostitutes. I think when he said, "That's nothing," it's it's not like it's shameful, but it's not gonna destroy his career. We need to destroy him. And he's like, "Well, that's all I could get, before I had to, destroy my computer." And he's like, "Look, you need to get more. You need to get destroyed and destroy and destroy." I mean, it's like that's okay. We see Cedric want to meet with Eva real quick, basically because she's trying to get him to talk to the students to kind of be on board with selling the building of the oldest building or whatever. And then he like, "Well, I'm sorry for how I acted at your party last season. Okay, whatever." He then says he feel like she good people, so he will try his best to get the students on board for them to sell the school, because she says to him, "If we don't do this, we'll be bankrupt in a year." And he's sitting there with her eating them Chicago style pizza. Eat some Chicago style pizza, and he's like, "Okay, what I'm saying, I'll help you." And I'm like, "Okay, it is what it is." When he leaves there, Bryce catches up with him. Bryce is now pissed at him because he was now put offline. He can't pledge anymore. "You did this, and I told you leave it alone. And you kept butting in, and it's your fault." He's like, "Why would you want to be a part of that anyway? Considering what they do to you." He's like, "That's the price of admission. I have to now tell my father that I'm not a part of this brotherhood." Da, 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 da. And this is I thought I was gonna bring up later. I did not pledge fraternity, Lord Jesus, a sorority. So I don't have that inside track on things. But I have always felt like I don't understand why fraternities or sororities have any kind of physical hazing. I get how you want to put them through some things, but I feel like, I personally feel like physically hurting anyone, hitting or whatever thing like that, making them hurt physically is not something I would think builds a brotherhood or a sisterhood. Why do you want to literally beat a person and say that's the price of admission. You know, oh, so and so forgot this. We're gonna beat all of y'all with a paddle. Or so and so forgot this. We're gonna beat y'all on the back because he had bruises on his back. When they were paddling him, they was hitting him on the butt. And we've heard stories for years about different practice scenes for different fraternities and sororities and things that they would make people go through. And I've never understood the physical abuse of it. I get if you want to make them, do whatever you say. If you want to make them not take a bath, make them do all your errands, just make them do whatever to be a part of that sisterhood and brotherhood. I just have never understood the physical part of beating them up, whipping them, making them this stuff that I think you wouldn't like if you were born in a time where you had to be beaten. You know what I'm saying? For me, it feels like slavery in a way where they beat you because you didn't do something right. Why would you want to bring that into a sisterhood or brotherhood? I don't get it. I get things happen and you have to have a rite of passage. I completely get that. I get that part of it. I have never just understood the physicality, the beating, the beating up, the physical part of it. I've never gotten that. So, when he said, that's the price of admission, I was like, I wouldn't want to be admitted. But it is what it is. We see Noni go to see Clive again at the other school. And she's like, I'm here again. He's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, well, I'm here because I'm willing to fight for what I want. And I want to be in your band. You need to give me a spot. And he's like, well, all right, you know what? Give me your phone. I want to make sure that you're not recording this conversation. And then when he hands her his phone, when she hands him her phone, it's the video of Cedric falling the year before at the last Battle of the Bands or whatever. Oh, that's fun. You have to send me this. So again, she's doing things to make him believe that she's there for him when she's really just there as a spy or whatever. And as she's talking to him, to Clive, we see Derek sees it all happening. And he don't like it. And so, Clive, like, you know what, all right, I'll put you on the spot for next year. And they kind of talking or whatever about music or whatever. I'm like, I feel like Noni gonna die. Well, no, they can't kill no more kids. Because at this point with this series, you can't. No one else can be raped. No one else can die. So it's like, what else? They already beat up one person. I'm like, you did so much in season 1. I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see someone else get raped in season 2. I want to see someone else get beaten up in season 2. I don't want to see someone else being taken advantage of in season. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not here for it, but it is what it is. So now everyone's at a party. They're party. Let's all get wasted. And they're like in pajamas and stuff. We see that Bojan is there, Junior is there, Tanisha's there, Madison is there. I don't think Cedric and them was there. But we see also Sydney is there. And everyone is dancing around or whatever. And we then see the new potential dude who's there and his friends. Bojan is upset. Like, he here to take my spot. Y'all all happy about it or whatever. So him and Tanisha's having a conversation. So as Bojan and Tanisha's having this conversation where Bojan feels like y'all are praising him and he coming to take my spot. And she's like, man, you overreacting is nothing. The friend of the dude come up like, man, is you having an issue with white boy right here? She like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. We fine. Bojan like, she told you we good. Calm down, little son. And like, wait a minute, sign to homie or whatever. And I'm like, drunk people should not raise their voice, just leave it alone or whatever, let it go. And they kind of talking back and forth. Dude swing on Bojan. He do hit Bojan. Bojan clock him right back, knock him all the way back. Why'd y'all fighting? He like, y'all saw that? He hit me first. Dude did hit him first. At the same time, I hate when people fight. It is what it is. He ends up leaving. I really didn't care. But I feel like from there, the whole party scene, I'm like, Terrence killed himself for raping someone. Sydney just got raped, and a couple other girls got raped. And now it's like maybe 3 months later, and y'all at this party, getting drunk in y'all pajamas, grind on each other, Sydney there dancing too. And I'm looking like, so no one is... Okay. Okay, if you like it, I love it. So, Madison danced with some little cute dude or whatever. She went from a white boy to a black boy, and then we see her hooking up with this boy. So, I'm like, all right, whatever. But again, I'm looking like it was like a pre-orgy party. It was a party that it's a, when you like something gonna go wrong, and even if don't nothing go wrong, something could have went wrong, and I'm like, it's too soon. Anyway, so the next thing that we see is Eva is meeting with this buyer guy who she's been talking to all episode, but I didn't get it was whatever, who was thinking about buying the building that they were talking about. And he's like, all right, we'll give you $5 million, which will tremendously help the school. And he's like, but, in order to do it, I know, will you do anything for it? He's insinuating that she has to do something extra to do it. And she's like, you know what? I am desperate. We really do need this. If we don't do this, I won't have a job next year. However, I will not sleep with you for this money. And then she's like, so, good day. He's like, well, okay, but it had nothing to do with sex. And she was like, good day. And she's like, but, just to be curious, what was it? And then he opens up his briefcase, and she looks in, and she was like, is that for me? He was like, no, it's for me. And she was like, let me see the contract. He pulls up the contract and everything. She reads it, and then he's like, can I get changed somewhere? She's like, it's in the bathroom. This man goes to the bathroom. She has the contract. She's like, okay, I'm going to get this money. And whatever's in this bag is not sexual. But I'm like, what could he want her to do that he has to go to the bathroom real quick? What could it be? This man walked out in a goddamn adult onesie with a bottle and a jar of baby food, talking about, mama. I'm like, this bitch wants to be a baby? He wants to be a bitch baby? He wants to be an adult baby? Bruh, when I say I busted out laughing like hell no. Mama, see me. He got a bottle, he had a teddy bear, and she had to open a jar of baby food with a baby spoon, and she's feeding him. He tried to make her eat something, and she looked like... This man wanted just to be treated as a baby. And for that, she got $5 million. Bruh. You know how many people I was... Let me shut up. Anywho, the grown man was a baby, and she got her contract, so it is what it is. So, we see Sydney waking up, and she noticed Madison is not in her bed. She's freaking out. Oh my God. So she's calling Madison's phone. Madison isn't answering. She go down to Tanisha's apartment. Bang, 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 bang. Open the door. And she's like, what, girl, is what? She's like, Madison didn't come home last night. She's like, okay. And she's like, where is she? I left her with you. She was like, Madison is a grown-ass woman. You didn't leave her with anybody. If she wanted to leave, she left. It is what it is. And she closed the door. So as Sydney's walking away, we see Madison walking in. It's early in the morning. Oh my God, where were you? She's like, I was out. What's going on? She was like, oh my God, where were you? Who were you with? She's like, calm down. I wasn't by myself. Do you know what happened? The last time I left a party by myself, I wasn't by myself. And then, she's like, you're the one who told me to kind of loosen up. I was with a guy. I told you to loosen up, not loosen your legs. Now, when I open your legs, I'm like, when she said that, I'm like, okay, you can't put your fears and your situations on other people. You can't want someone else to not go out and have fun and do whatever because of what happened to you. You can also advise them to what they should not do, but you can't. She was pissed as if Madison was out there sucking dick for dollars and not just being an adult choosing to have sex with someone. Let's hope she was a condom. And it's not that big of a deal, you know what I'm saying? It's college life, whatever. And she's like, you know what? I'm not used to this person right here. I know that, there's strong Sydney, I'm over what happened to me Sydney, but this new Sydney, this is hurtful bitch Sydney. And I'm looking like hurtful bitch Sydney. She's like, you know what? I don't know why I even cared I was worried about you. And my thing is, You weren't worried about her. You were worried about yourself in a way. You were putting your own fears off on her, and that's not fair. So, it is what it is. So, we see how Sydney walks off one way, Madison walks up the next way, and she walks to Tanisha's room as, can I room with you real quick, for whatever. Okay, girl, we see what it is. So, we see a scene, Derek comes to talk to Cecil, basically to get a goddamn apology for accusing him of of giving away the music. And since he now know that Noni did it, like, you still haven't reached out to me to say sorry, and I didn't do it. And like, I was going to reach out to you, I was trying to figure out how to do it, like, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry that I accused you of this, I do apologize. And he's like, you know what, what's worse? You have her over there, sneaking around and spying on you, snaking around, and you don't get, she gonna destroy you. She gonna embarrass you again, and you don't even see it because you're so blinded by her. He just said you blinded by her kissing up to you, or her, you blinded about something to her, and you don't see it. She gonna ruin you, and it's probably true, but we gotta see what's gonna happen. And then the last thing that we see, or not the last thing, we see a little scene where Eugene hears something in his house, like a glass break. He thinks it's a burglar. He grabs his gun to go downstairs. It's just his daughter who knocked over a glass. So he, have her go back to bed. But then he still does hear someone outside of his house. So he like run to see who it is, and whoever it is, pull it off. Oh, okay, it is what it is. Then the last thing we see is Ella. Eva is at home, and she opens up a letter. And the letter basically says that the building that she just had to make that man be a baby for $5 million is legally, that is now considered a historical building. So the school can't sell it, rent it, move it, destroy it, build. They can't do anything without the approval of whoever else. And basically because due to its historic value. And as she reading the letter, she literally has a heart attack. Like, literally, call 911. I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm like, God damn it, Eva. Eva can't catch a break, man. I just don't know what to tell you. But, hopefully that $5 million will buy a different building. Since that one is a historical one, it is what it is. But that was my review of The Quad, Season 2, Episode 3. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am done for the night. I will see you guys tomorrow. I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.